This video is to introduce the module Colouring Our Customers and Colleagues. The module presents a totally different way and a much more powerful way to deliver services that match the needs of our customers and colleagues. The aim is to understand to a totally new level who your customers are, how they think, what they want, what they need, and then how to deliver those services that match each person's needs just like a glove. The secret great service providers know is that people are different from each other. If you treat everyone the same, you'll satisfy about a quarter of them and turn off 3/4. Other service providers often assume that everyone wants to be treated like they do. So this green person here may think that everyone wants to be treated like a green person, but that's simply not true. There are 25% of the population who are red people, 25% who are green, 25% who are blue, 25% who are yellow. So if that green person treats everyone like she wants to be treated, she's going to satisfy about 1/4 of the population and turn off 3/4. You see, great service providers understand this, and it gives them a major advantage in sales, relationships, communication, and personal success. And until now, other people have had to watch and wonder. HBDI, Herman's Brain Dominance Instrument, gives us a tool which within half a day, your people will be able to recognize the different colors of different people and be able to flex to them in a way that totally communicates with them as though they were the same color. My name is Bruce Holland. I'm the author of the book Cracking Great Leaders and designer of the Cracking Great Leaders program. What Herman shows scientifically, without doubt, is that there are about 25% of people who are logical, analytical, face-based, and quantitative. We call these A quadrant people or blue people. There are 25% of people who are green, organized, sequential, planning, and detailed. 25% are red, interpersonal, feeling, emotional. And 25% are yellow, holistic, intuitive, integrating, and synthesizing. This module will tell you more about the Herman model and how to use it more successfully. Because you see, if you're a green person, a B quadrant, an organizer, and you're dealing with someone who's a big D person, an innovator, then it's your job, because you're the communicator, to stand in their shoes and sell them in a way that they're going to understand. Because green people use very different words, have very different body language, have very different needs and expectations than D people. And therefore, it's over to you to flex, to use the words, the body language, meet the needs and expectations of the people you are dealing with. You need to move into their quadrant and work in a way that's going to be effective for them. And this module shows you how to do it. You see, for example, and this is only a simple example, if you are presenting to Bs, these are the green people, they need the facts and the figures in a logical, easy way. See the bullet points on the chart there. They need information in this sort of bullet pointy way. They need handouts that exactly repeat what you're saying. So don't hand out something and then go off and talk about something different. They need lots of emphasis and reassurance about quality and reliability and specifications and accuracy. And they need to be on time. Time is very important to these people. So that's what you do if you're presenting to a B. But if you were presenting to a D, a yellow person, it's almost exactly the opposite. They're not interested in the detail. They only want the big picture. They want a creative, colourful, dynamic. They want to have fun. They want philosophical and idealistic approaches. They want you to show them how what you're selling is going to make a major difference to their organisation. Totally different approach. And if you get the approach wrong, you will simply fail. So knowing who you're presenting to and doing it in a way that matches their needs is vitally important to good success in sales, relationships, and presentations. So just to summarize why this is important, 25% of people are in each color. So you may be missing out on 75% of the opportunities. Great salespeople know this and do it intuitively, but the others don't. And therefore they stand and wonder at how these people can be so successful. You can be much more successful if you stand in your client's shoes. This module will show you how to color your customers and your colleagues. Not exactly, but near enough to be really useful. It'll show you how to understand their basic needs and understand that the needs of each are different from the needs of others. To understand what each color likes to be appreciated for, to understand the questions that you simply must answer if you're going to be successful. Otherwise, they're going to be left there wondering what on earth you're talking about. How to present to each color and how to match your service providers with your customers. It'll add value because you'll be able to communicate much more successfully. You'll be able to communicate with 100% of your customers and colleagues rather than 25% if it's hit and miss. You'll be much more influential. Your sales will increase significantly. There'll be much less misunderstanding and miscommunication and far better relationships with your customers and colleagues. Just imagine if everyone really understood each other and was able to work in a way that made the most of this. Your next steps are to download the readings and become familiar with them. Download the process and become familiar with it. Of course, you may want to change the readings and you may want to change the process to match your own style. But to start with, I recommend you do it in the way that it's presented. You deliver the module and you start collecting the revenue tomorrow rather than months or even years later if you were to develop this on your own. So my call to action is that the module will explain all you need for a successful workshop. It has all the readings, the exercises and the process, and it's a process that works. I've had many successful clients go through this process, this workshop, and I hope you have a similar success.